What is up, guys? This is going to be my review of The Flash Season 4, Episode 6, titled When Harry Met Harry. This episode was a lot of fun. As predicted, the Elongated man's suit is just a prototype, thank God, because the costume looks like trash. I was a little disappointed we didn't get to see his full costume at the end of the episode, or near the end of the episode. I think that would have been a really cool way to end the episode, but either way, Ralph Dibney is still a really great character. He's just as good as he was in episode 4. He's funny, he's charismatic, and he actually goes through some actual character development in this episode, which was really, really cool. Also, the relationship between Ralph and Barry is one of the most interesting parts of the show right now, just because Grant Gustin and Hartley Sawyer bounce off each other really, really well. Honestly, I feel like they have more friend chemistry than Barry and Cisco did, and that's saying a lot. But Ralph and Barry feel like frenemies. They feel like old enemies who have become friends, and they feel their friendship feels real, and that's honestly really, really cool. They just bounce off each other really well. This episode is called When Harry Met Harry, which is obviously talking about the Council of Wells, which the council was surprisingly small with only 4 members. I don't know, I think I was expecting more because the Council of Ricks has like 10 members. Council of Reeds, I saw in a picture, had like a lot of members, so I was expecting more than 3 new Welleses. I mean, we saw a 4th one in the Gandalf Wells, but he wasn't part of the council. I think I was a little disappointed that it was such a small council, but either way, it was a really, really funny. Just all the scenes with the Council of Wells were really, really funny. Also, I just think the Council of Wells is just really not interesting. It was just, one of them was German, which is boring. Another one was, okay, the German one was boring, but then the other 2 were just so over the top, with one of them being a billionaire, laid back, I don't know, sex addicted because his dick was out later. But like the other one, the cyborg, he was a cyborg, he had a British accent, he was eating a lizard, he's from an post-apocalyptic wasteland or world. So I just feel like he was so over the top and cheesy. They could have just made it so much more realistic and grounding. Like, really, are those 3 people, those 4 Welleses would make up the Council of Wells? I doubt those 4 are the smartest ones in the multiverse. Well, I mean, Harry might be, but the other 3, I don't think so. So they could have just made it so much better. I think they could have just done what the Council of Ricks did, which is have all of them be the same exact thing, except with slightly different personalities and different haircuts. Then you could distinguish them using the haircuts and the personalities, but the council would make sense and the characters wouldn't be so over the top. But either way, it was still really funny. This episode was funny in general. It was like all the Welleses were really funny. Ralph was funny, Cisco was funny. The episode also had a lot of action, character development, and story. I mean, what more can you ask for in an episode? Well, I mean, you can ask for a good villain, and this episode didn't really deliver on that. The Black Bison, which by the way is way too similar to my name for comfort, was a pretty boring villain, which is kind of disappointing because her powers, at least in the trailer, looked very interesting. They just didn't handle it well. It just felt like another plain old bland villain of the week, which The Flash is kind of struggling with this year. The villains of the week are all bland, but then again, most villains of the week are bland anyway, so it's fine. But the Black Bison in particular was just so forgettable. It was pretty disappointing because her powers looked interesting. By the way, the Black Bison is gender bent. She was male in the comics, which is fine. I mean, I've never even heard of the Black Bison. He was in like 1 or 2 issues of Firestorm, so I've never heard of him. But still, I don't understand what the point is of gender bending anyone. But either way, the Black Bison was a really, really boring villain. So in conclusion, this episode was a lot of fun. It was funny. The Ralph-Barry friendship was really great. The Council of Wells was a little disappointing, and the Black Bison was disappointing just because her powers looked really interesting. I give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments down below, and vote in the top corner of the video in the poll. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.